what's happening, gamers? It's Kwing in the flesh and in HD. Today's game is Arc Rise Fantasia for the Wii, and it is a JRPG, and it's not bad. It's not necessarily good, but it's okay. And the fact that the game is cheaper than your normal Wii games is actually a very good budget title, but we're going to take a look at if the game is really worth your time. Arc Rise Fantasia is a traditional RPG and is a true JRPG, folks. Unlike the abysmal and simplified Final Fantasy XIII, this game is non-linear and lets you interact with non-playable characters and visit towns! Unheard of! Well, in recent RPGs anyway. The game's story is pretty predictable though. You have two governments at war with one another over something called Ray, which is a type of power source. The main character is called Lark, and he is a Lloyd Irving ripoff, if I may say so. Then you have Rifia, a mysterious girl that can't remember her past and joins Lark on his quest. Along the way, they meet a prince, a friend of Lark, and a girl who's in love with the hero since childhood. There are some twists in the story, and the game splits into two parties, one led by Lark and the other by Alf. And that's all I'm gonna say on the matter, but trust me, the story is boring in the beginning, but later on, oh, the drama. In terms of the gameplay, it's an honest-to-goodness turn-based battle system. Although players can do automatic attacks like in Final Fantasy XIII, or if you're not lazy, then you can play the old-fashioned way. The battle system relies on 3 characters in battle, but a 4th character can fight too, but this is an AI-controlled character only. How the fighting works is the team shares something called AP. It drains based on the type of attacks you use in the game. Magic is used, but it both drains AP and magic points. Multiple attacks can be chained together during combat. Also, characters can perform team attacks and special moves, all of which drain AP. Lastly, during combat, the game does feature summons, called Rogras. Think of them like Gears from Xenogears, or even those giant robots from Escaflowne. The more you fight in this game, the more levels you can gain, and the stronger you get. So I'm happy to see that at least this game offers staples of what made JRPGs household names. Outside of the combat, players have the ability to switch out weapons and equipment, another missing feature in today's RPGs. But one of the coolest things about this game is equipping new gems to your weapons. This is how the magic system works in this game. In each town or city, there is a witch or some type of pagan woman. In her shop, she has the ability to expand gem slots, upgrade, or buy new gems, which unlocks different magic abilities. You can also repair collected gem fragments here too. Just keep in mind her shop is very expensive. However, in order to be successful, learning this gem system is the key to mastering the magic system in this game. Now you're all wondering, wow Luke, this game sounds terrific! But in the introduction you said it's okay. Every game has bad and good qualities, folks. Since I like to finish on a high note, let's start with the bad aspect, which I know you all love. Up until the plot splitted, this was a generic JRPG storyline. Seriously, what RPG or anime doesn't thump so much political garbage in your head? Or rather blur and confuse the player which side is actually good or evil. Very yin and yang and very common thing in gaming today, if you ask me. Still, as much as I thought the story was bad the first few hours of the game, the writing in the entire game is cheesier than most of my reviews, no lie. I laughed and groaned a lot. Visiting towns was great up until you actually go inside the buildings. Instead of being able to explore, a mini cutscene plays and you can't do anything. This would be fine if it's once in a while, but part of the fun of RPGs is breaking into people's houses and stealing stuff while they're oblivious to what you're doing. That's a priceless JRPG staple, and I feel cheated Marvelous Interactive did not include it. The last thing I have wrong with this game is the voice acting. It's so bad. But don't take my word for it. Just listen to these selected clips.
You know that it's trying to destroy us all, don't you?
Oh, so you're siding with Imaginal's law then?
Yes, Serge of Gula Church. Are you his friends?
Oh, so she took on her role as diva in the end.
Correct. Riel's law is a school of thought that proposes that all living things should die.
You can't call yourself a hero for that. That was easy.
Okay, whoa. Let's just back up the train a little bit here. Let's just examine the voice acting. I mean, I like voice acting. I like anime. So what I really want from a game is the voice actors not to suck.
What was that?
I'm sorry, and the problem is this guy is the lead character of the game, and he has a voice, you know, like, oh no, or this just happened to me. It's like emotion. I mean, you just had this thing zapped in your body, and all you can say is, what happened? Or, what happened? It'd be like, what happened? Or, holy crap! Anyway, we'll go back. Let's go back to the footage. I mean, the game really can't be that bad, can it?
Strange. It's sunny, but it's raining.
The devil must be beating his wife.
Who? Beating his what?
You don't know that expression?
No. But I like it. It sounds interesting.
One of the things I was very surprised about this game is that it's open-ended. I love that about this game, and even with my complaints, this made up for some of its badness. I can't tell you how much I miss leveling up traditionally without needing to research the proper minigame slot crap to make my character stronger. I hated that in Final Fantasy X, and I hated it more in Final Fantasy XIII. Honestly, the reason I like this game is probably because it's similar to Tales of Symphonia, although the combat is turn-based instead of real-time. The plot gets a lot darker, and even with the cheesy dialogue, it's still a very rich, and dare I say it, entertaining story, filled with betrayal, deaths, sacrifice, and redemption. I really couldn't put this title down, and it was just fun to play. Visual-wise, the game isn't breaking down any barriers or pushing the limitations of the hardware. Even so, the environments are breathtaking, and everything looks hand-drawn. Arc Rise almost has a 2D or retro vibe to it, and you know me, I love that. So, some closing thoughts. Well, I thought the game was okay. The music is done by Yasurino Mitsuda, who is one of my all-time favorite composers, because he's the guy who did Chrono Trigger. As far as gameplay goes, I have to say that this game is a lot better than Final Fantasy XIII. And yes, I'm stating my reputation on that. There was so much more you could do in this game with the combat. And I actually found that muting the voice actors and just listening to the music and reading the occasional pop-ups actually made the story better. That way I didn't have to listen to their cries during the battle, and it made the game more enjoyable, so I suggest you try it. I'm going to recommend this game. The game's a budget title, so it's a cheapie, and it's a good RPG. It's not the best, it's not the greatest, but it's good, and since it's been a while since Tales of Symphonia Dawn of the New World, this game's actually pretty decent and has some similarities with the hero wearing red and of course a girl who's kind of loopy and some other things, but it's a good RPG the more you keep playing it. So, keep playing it, and we'll be back next time for another episode of Luke's Initiative. So, this is Luke saying God bless and happy gaming. Thank you so much for watching, and until we meet again, gamers, see ya!